Welcome back, and this is the Two of Pentacles and your free tarot teaching time. So, the previous two videos discussed the Ace of Pentacles, and in this video we're going to talk about the symbolism and the imagery within the Two of Pentacles. Now, the journey from the Ace of Pentacles to the Two of Pentacles is where the Ace of Pentacles was presenting you a new opportunity to follow, whether that was career, finances, or, health, personal growth, whatever that is. And you started to lay the foundation and the groundwork to make that happen. Now, when we move into the Two of Pentacles, this is all about integration and balance. This is where you start to learn to juggle responsibilities so you can move forward with this opportunity that you were presented with, and where you learn to become adaptable and you adapt to changing circumstances, or you manage to maintain equilibrium despite any external pressures that are going on. So, let's talk about the symbolism within this card. So first off, we'll talk about the main figure in the card, which is the juggler itself. Now, this figure is often depicted juggling two pentacles, as you can see there. And this is to represent the act of balancing multiple tasks or multiple priorities at the same time. You can also see there is the infinity symbol that goes around these two pentacles. This is to symbolize the infinite and continuous nature of, sorry, my dog is just winding my cat up. This continuous nature of balancing and adapting. It never ends. It's a constant flow. In the background, you can see there are some very choppy waters that are going on. And this shows, that the ships are having to navigate these rough seas. And this is to show external challenges that may come up and the need to stay balanced amidst any sort of turbulence that's going on. Because if you don't stay balanced and focused, you lose sight of your goal, or you get swept up in things that aren't necessary. And then obviously this figure himself, he is actually stood on one foot. This is trying to show the precariousness, precariousness and skill that's needed to maintain balance. He needs to be very capable of standing there on uneven ground, so to speak, because he's only stood on one foot. And, if he loses his concentration, he's going to fall over. So he needs to be very skillful at keeping himself very balanced. And that's your symbolism and your imagery. It's very straightforward. Join me in the next video. We'll talk about the upright interpretations. Welcome back to part 2, and we are discussing the Two of Pentacles. So in this video, we're now going to talk about the upright interpretations if it was to come out in a tarot spread. Now, don't forget, obviously, the surrounding cards are going to help give more context to what the Two of Pentacles are trying to say. But these are just some very basic upright interpretations for you. So if it was coming out in a tarot reading, this is showing that you are having to manage, you are having to juggle, you're having to prioritize multiple responsibilities, and you're constantly having to adapt to changing circumstances. And you're doing a very good job at it. It would be signifying being flexible and being open to change, even, scary change. So as long as that means that you can maintain your stability in the path that you're heading for. It can also signify duality, because he's holding two different things. So it can signify you navigating like dual aspects of life. That could be such as like your work-life balance, or you have two competing interests. And this could signify that you are maintaining a balance between the two. It can talk about emotional balance as well, and the need to maintain emotional stability during these changing circumstances. Like the choppy seas in the background, it's not always going to be smooth sailing. That can knock you off kilter for sure, but it's important that you stay very emotionally balanced at this time. If it comes up, it can show that you have a decision to make, that you have two, maybe more, options that you are vying up at the moment, and now is the time that you make the decision. Which one are you going to focus on? So in real life situations, if this was, say, a career reading, this is showing that you are having to deal with multiple projects at a time or multiple different things at a time. Maybe you're having to wear many different hats at the moment, but you're effectively managing to do that. You're keeping up with all your tasks. You're adapting to change really well. You're able to cope with the demands that are being placed on you within work. Again, finances, very similar. You are managing to balance your finances really well. You're being flexible where you need to be flexible. You're being reserved where you need to be reserved. You have good financial manageability. Relationship reading wise, this can signify that, you know, there is a very nice, healthy balance in the relationship. There's harmony within the relationship. Things are going really well. Maybe, you know, where you're having a bit of a bad day, your partner is able to take the strain, and vice versa. You both are very give and take within your relationship. Overall, it is a card of balance, adaptability, and effective management of multiple responsibilities. Now, we are only reading the upright interpretation, so obviously if it came out reversed, it has slightly different interpretations. But it's basically showing that, you know, being flexible, having really good time management, being able to juggle many different aspects of life are all very important right now. Don't take your eye off the ball. Don't allow yourself to get emotionally overwhelmed. Just maintain your focus and do as you're doing, and everything's going to work out well.